good, family? Been a while, been a minute, huh? See them things in there. Ooh. Let's see what we got going on. Hey, what up, what up, what up? Oh man, it feels good, it feels good. Let me play this song for y'all real quick though. I know it's
Our
been a
Father
while.
in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come. For those on earth as it is in heaven, give us day by day our daily bread, and forgive us our temptations. For we also forgive everyone who is in debt to us. Do not lead us into temptation, but
Yeah.
deliver us from the evil one. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So tired of sitting in jail. Was it curse or something worse? Maybe a spell. Bet that fire make them yell. Ain't nobody send me mail. No visits. Are you kidding? All that shit I did for people sitting in the cell. And that evil taking over. Get a scale. Feel my shoulders breaking from the weight of the world. The end is closer. I've been a loner. Nobody couldn't throw a bone to a dog. Blind from the tear gas. Couldn't see through the fog. My ass was in the no joke, I ran it. Don't care who up next if they not understanding. My cousins will do the damage. Handle my life while granted. Love don't cost a thing. When I got the cannon, the bodies just vanish. COs don't worry. Just another black nigga gon' get buried. Look into my eyes, all you see is the fury. But act or surprise, I get deeper than the sea of maritime. Oh my God, can't get away from these pies in the land of the night. Another cold case, hold it down like Cain. When Abel got slain, are you able to erase any of this pain? Make a bitch say my name, cause I'm Destiny's child. Look up in the sky, I could see my grandma smile. It ain't no love here, ain't been there for a while. Ever since a child got thrown in the wild jungle, always remain humble and focused. This is for the hopeless. I wrote this for you. Back in 2013, tried suicide too. 13th Amendment took my rights at 13. What was I to do? Homeless shelter like a zoo. Somebody give me a noose. Wrap it around my neck. Tired, I'm so depressed. Anxiety and the stress. Sorry, mama, I tried the best, but less is more. So now I gotta rest. So now I gotta rest.
Okay, people, what's up? I'm glad to see y'all in the building. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. So, today I woke up. I'm in a good mood, you know. I'm monetized. And everything is finalized, you know. Eventually, everything falls into place. All of the things that I've been putting in the works to achieve this, and everybody who's been a part of this, I just want to say thank you first and foremost. You know, I knew it was gonna happen. You know, we've been seeing it coming. We visualized this for a while now, but we just been going through our turmoil and rolling with the punches. You know, adjusting to everything, such and such, and finally the algorithms broke, and you know, I actually had qualified last month, but I wanted to give myself some time to really, you know, do some research and, you know, pretty much see what would be the best outlet for me to take my channel in. And, you know, I still haven't made a decision, but I felt like now would be the best time to actually start putting everything in. Yo, paper, what's good? What's good, family? Appreciate that likes up. So yeah, you know, I feel like this was the best time for me to put everything into motion so I could start getting the ball rolling because, as you know, I started YouTube in about November, about last year, November 2019. But I wasn't consistent, you know. Out of the 11 months, I would say it probably took me about 4 months, you know, consistently putting out content back to back and trying to build connections. You know, that's very important. The network is the net worth. So, pretty much like the more people that you cater to and are contributing back and forth and trading, because this is what, you know, this whole thing is about. Pretty much, you want to achieve that monetary gain, you got to reach those followers. You got to be able to connect with individuals. So, you know, I took a while just trying to see what my audience would be, you know, compatible with, and ultimately, like, just staying consistent is one of the main, you know, important goals of this whole thing here. So for me, it took about 4 months, I would say, you know, give or take. And it's like I like to talk about deep stuff, you know, I go deep in, but it's like everything. Yes, thank you, One Way Family. Yes, it's a blessing. So everything that, you know, you may want to talk about may not fit with the guidelines of, you know, the people who ultimately created YouTube. So you got to be very careful about the things that you're talking about and promoting on your channel, because it'll get taken down. I've seen it so many times. So the goal is to pretty much do your research, learn what's needed and necessary to first and foremost be able to elaborate on, and also your connections. You know, how much I've made so far, I actually estimate a few thousand. You know, yes, the One Way Family. Yes, consistency. You know, just staying active, and you know, pretty much like I feel like a few thousand is my estimate of the first check, but you know, we'll see what happens. You know, maybe more. Who knows? But this is a start because you know I've created my own way to yeah, gang. I created my own way to, you know, feed my family, and you know that's a great achievement because as black people, especially in, you know, here in America, we're taught that we should get a good job and you know we should just be employees. But I've become my own employer, and you know it's a great feeling at the end of the day because I'm my own boss. I got my own schedule, and you know it's legal at that. So you know we've all, you know, done and made our choices and decisions in life, but it's like I don't have to watch over my back. You know what I'm saying? I can be comfortable and just stack up whatever I can. You know, so the next goal, I'm trying to see 100,000. You know, by next year, that's what I'm pushing for. I'm trying to see 100,000. So you know, it's not hard, but it's just a matter of staying on top of your game. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the whole the the thing you gotta face right there. You know, so yeah, you know it's lit. You know, we could do it. We just gotta group up. You know, that's the best way because now you can do podcasts. You can have different people sharing their experiences, and you know, ultimately, your networks combine. So that's a very smart thing to do in these type of networks, and you know, just coming together and understanding that less is more, but the more the merrier. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just gotta be cordial. We gotta be supportive of each other. You know, everybody gotta get their turn to have a slice of the pie. You know, it gotta circulate. You can't just try to hog up everything because then ultimately you're not leaving no room. You know, so I've been trying to get my family onto the wave and my friends, but it's like some people they don't see it. You know what I'm saying? They so focused on the materialistic things in life that they feel like they can achieve when it's like you don't have to go that route, man. I'm sitting here making thousands just by staying home and getting up with the fashions and the trends and pretty much just promoting. And it's like I feel great because I could have never achieved that if it wasn't for y'all and everybody who supports and just make sure they subscribing, sharing out the lives, all of that. Like it's important, man. Trust me, it's important, and one way or another, it's gonna pay off. You know, even if it's 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, whatever it takes, to where you can build up all of your people and give them the strength that it took for you to get to the finish line, because it's never really over. You know, this thing here is infinite, man, and it's like I feel like a whole new person. I don't want to bring any type of negative vibes to my channel. Oh, the one way family. All you gotta do is get Streamlab. It's an app called Streamlab, and you could go live. You know what I'm saying? They help you go live. It's an app called Streamlabs. So make sure you get that. You can go live, and pretty much like that was one of the things that I didn't know about that I would have taken advantage of. But once one of my people, they put me on to Streamlabs, and it's another one called StreamYard where you could go live. You could. Thank you. I appreciate that, Crystal. Much love to you. Yeah. So Streamlabs and StreamYard, you can go live. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to fit the requirements of YouTube. It's like a different type of app to where it overrides their system, and you can take advantage of these things. See, I didn't know about all of that, but I was playing with it. I never really took this serious because I felt like with my other jobs and the other activities that I'm into, I wouldn't really have time. But honestly, it's like you can record pretty much any and everywhere. You can make something out of nothing, and that's the great thing about having these platforms, because now I can bring the next individual and shed light on them, and they might surpass me, but they can still reach back. That's the whole point of being able to congregate and have those different outlets. So it's a really nice achievement. Everybody that been here since day one. I remember. I'll never forget it, to the point where it's like now my whole goal is to get other people to the point where I'm at, and let's just see where we go from there. I do my training. I'm still bringing y'all the information with that, but I see that the celebrity gossip is something that our people are very much more inclined to search and look for. So it's like if y'all want to see that, then I put it out there because that's entertainment at the end of the day. So whatever way you want to look at it, it's still bringing revenue and monetary, into the house. So that's something that I'm gonna be working with. Critiquing these celebrities and giving y'all my input on it. And yeah. I've been following that, the Megan Thee Stallion and the Tory situation. The whole thing with that though, I always felt like it was a conspiracy because Shorty got shot and she sat there and she lied about it. Number one, if somebody shoot me, I'm not lying about getting shot and then gonna come out later on and then try to do the reverse psychology. So that was a Jedi mind trick. Number one, I felt like, yeah, and it's like it's something behind it that's gonna come out. Yeah, she not telling, she telling bits and pieces because number one, Tory, he never had that type of jacket for me to sit there and believe that he would just go and shoot her, you know, unbeknownst to anything that was going on. Now, something happened, and they don't want to put it out there. Rock Nation and the Illuminati, everybody, they covering it up. The same thing they did with Pac and Biggie. So it's like, I can't really put my finger on it, but this is what we got to deal with, and so I'm gonna be getting onto those topics. I'm gonna be bringing y'all some information about you know the workout game, and see, I got my locks, started my locks now. So it's been about 1 month with the locks, and if you go to my previous videos, you'll see that they was more like everything was just laying down, and it was more curly. You see now they button up. Tomorrow makes 1 month exactly. It's button up. I got some new growth in there, so I want to wash it tomorrow, but I'm so scared, y'all, like, cause I don't want it to come out. I know how my hair is. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, everything works out. But yeah, I'm gonna wash it tomorrow, and I'm gonna be bringing out some lock updates. You know. Yeah, David, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. But I have to say I can't regret it. I wouldn't have it any other way. Everybody who been supporting and just coming out, I appreciate it. Continue to grow. Thank you, David. I appreciate the thumbs up, man. It's important that we keep pushing. It's not gonna stop here. This is just the beginning. I just woke up and pretty much, they telling me like, yeah, I was eligible and to stay on my P's and Q's though, because if I slip up, they're gonna try to take that away. They don't want to see a black man doing anything positive. So, yo, KK, what up? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, K. Just going through the motions and, trying to get to this point here because I seen so many people, surpassing me overnight. And I'm like, yo, what am I doing that is not, making it to the finish line? But, finally monetized, and, I can start to progress and, join and, pretty much just try to get these ads together, try to learn the whole system and just working, man, because it don't stop. And it's like from a year now, 2 years now, everything can be coming at a faster rate. So, just trying to buckle down and keep myself humble about it because I understand, like, some people, they let this YouTube go to their head, this internet. and they start acting as if, they're this superstar, and it's like, I'm only here for the people, man. I'm never gonna let these things affect who I am and what's my goal and my purpose. So I always go back to the root. I'm here for the people. I'm here to uplift and to coach. So, you got individuals that they get to a certain point to where now they start looking down. And I don't have those characteristics in me to sit up here and look down on nobody because, I know where I came from, number one. And number two, it's like, I'm here for the people. So, we all got to elevate together. We all got to keep progressing, keep trying to work and, put things into perspective to where it's like, we solid, we here to stay with this whole pandemic, people need hope right now. Like, this is a time where everybody's losing faith, all of that religion, that Muslim, Islam, Christianity, so many people just lost the Bible and everything throughout these times. And it's like, yo, I thought you was a firm believer. Like, how you sitting up here now and, you letting the government control your worship? And you sitting up here and you became like more of a antagonist. You know what I'm saying? So now you want to sit up here and try to hurt the next individual because you feel like, you're worth something that, you're really not. Regardless of, what you may feel, we all equal. But everybody doesn't act like it. Everybody doesn't have the same discipline. And, that's one of the main goals and, things that I feel like have led me to the point where I'm at is just being disciplined, not letting greed or lust overtake me to where now, I lose sight of what I came on here to do. And it's easy to happen, it's so many things that can influence the mind, even subconsciously to where it's like that movie, with Will Smith, Enemy of the State. Hey, what's up, Bello? Yeah, my IG is God Born Fitness. GODBORN Fitness. But yeah, who seen that movie with Will Smith, Enemy of the State? That movie right there is different. Like, that's exactly how I feel. I'm being framed and set up. Like, yo, it's crazy. Like, I really feel like that because, at one point I was just minding my business. Yeah, it's like I was just minding my business, and people started coming into my space and trying to affect my ability to be successful. And then it's like, it's a scandal. It's a smear campaign to where now nobody wanna be there to guide and just to support. It's just so ridiculous. Like, everybody who I grew up with and who I knew and who I thought I knew, I really didn't know. And they had different visions and, I guess, plans, and it didn't work out. So I'm not here to judge or to slander, but it's like, when I seen that, I knew that these things couldn't be what it seemed like. It's like, it was a trap. And, they raising me and molding me to get caught up in this web. And it's like, yo, how you didn't prepare me for nothing that, is presented in life, to where, I'm just now figuring out all of these things, and the information and the knowledge. So I'm gonna be bringing y'all some more history, and just ethics on how to keep yourself molded and grounded to where you're not going overboard. Self-care is one of the most important things when it comes to this, like, because the money comes fast. And it's like, if you're not grounded, if you don't know what you're trying to do with it, or what's your mission, then ultimately the faster it comes, the faster it goes. So it's like, you're not even gonna be able to achieve or accomplish anything great with the potential that is inside of you, because you just so focused on trying to be like everyone else. And I had to sit aside and observe and kind of step outside of the groups and the organizations that I was once a part of. So it's like, all of that is in the play right now. It's in effect. But for me, I could never stop speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, but like I was saying, family. So for me, it's like, I could never stray away from what I know I'm capable of at the end of the day. So now I'm just taking the time to really let everything sink in, and not let it get to my emotions, to where it's like I desensitize myself. I'm a soldier. I'm a general at the end of the day, and I'm trying to bring together and build a strong army to where we all working in unison to achieve synchronicity, not only within ourselves and inside of the group, but in this universe. Because a lot of things are changing right amongst us. A lot of things are being swept under the rug that should be presented for the world. But we're too focused on, trying to undermine our holistic control, and the amount of doubt that we get from these governments that sit up here and want to take over our abilities to work, our abilities to learn, our abilities to create, is being destroyed right amongst us. And we're programmed nonetheless. But some people are more intuitive and concerned with these strikes and guidelines that are even amongst us right on these platforms as we know it, than others who just go along with the narrative to be imperative in life and around their peers. And it's like the babies, even in New Jersey, somebody just killed 2 babies in Trenton. So it's like, I don't really understand if these things are coincidence. I'm more concerned and compelled to feel like This is a straight up plot to take out the black race, because we know that we are the direct correlation to the annihilation of the European. So it's like, I feel in my heart that even when it comes down to the food we eat, the shows we watch, the time we spend even, we don't even read no more. Majority of us. So it's like we being dumbed down slowly, and we have declined to have these death clouds amongst us. And these spirits, they're wicked. I'm trying to tell y'all, they are wicked. And if you're not careful about not only who you're giving your energy to and what you're promoting, you will demote yourself, because the ancestors, they amongst us, they watching, and they're not gonna reward those who take the easy route and the way to get out of the struggle and turn your back on family, friends, your neighborhood, your community. That's something that I can't be a part of. So I will never promote the culture in what it is today and what it's turned out to, because history is the present and we're all living in it. So we all have to be able to take it, whatever is necessary, and really examine and evaluate the different remedies that our ancestors did and went through for us to be here. And now all we want to do is go to war with each other. When these babies is dying, when I see these type of things, it makes me feel back in the times of slavery, when the master would hang our black women pregnant, rip out the baby out her stomach, and stomp on it. Do the Little John, the East Side stomp on the black babies. This is a time in which we're going back to. You see how they say history repeats itself? But now, they don't even need to lift a finger. Because this medicine that they're giving us, that's one molecule away from crack, the Ritalin, and the programming that they put in front of you, in the food, in the clothes, in the hunger, and the lust. It's all making us who we are now. And that was a part of their plan for the destruction. The Klan and the Tuskegee experiment. Even they do experiments amongst each other on themselves. So we know that they're gonna do experiments on us. So this is why we cannot rely on these organizations and these tactics that the government have really led us to believe is normal, when we know that it's everything but. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we gotta get back to our spiritual traditions. That getting in the sun and all of that, that vitamin D, that you know, pushing that them wheelbarrows, you know, getting back to the farms. This is what we gotta learn. Getting in that land, you know, grounded. Take your shoes off. Go walk in nature. This is what we gotta be able to get versatile in. Because they said we were savages. But they was the real savages. When they sat up there and they created genocides. You know, like the $5 Indians who came in, who was really Europeans and claimed our land and our nationalities. Yeah, the $5 Indians. You know, they created genocides on the Tasmanians. Remember the Tasmanians up in Australia? The Tasmanian people? The original indigenous black power people who was colonizing Africa and all of that. Remember them people that they created a genocide on? The same way they did the Tainos and the Puerto Ricans? Come on, man. Like, I go deeps into it, man. This is a modern day genocide, y'all. But you gonna sit up there and turn your back on your family, on your community, when you know damn well this coronavirus is a biological weapon. It's biological warfare. And these people, the colonizers, they're using it. They're enhancing it to kill off and destroy anybody who is not inclined to perpetrate and live in their propaganda. See, y'all gotta understand all of this. All of this is another instance of when Christopher Columbus came over here with his smallpox ass, and he didn't even come to North America. He went to the Caribs and he sat up there and seduced and tricked with the technology that these people have. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's in their blood. You cannot sit up here and tell me that all white people is not racist. You cannot tell me that. Because we're all living in a system where we're being affected by racism every day. When you turn on the TV, when you apply for job applications, that there have been studies to say that it's conclusive with white people who have felonies and records can get a job and hired before a black person who has a clean record, or a black person who gets told that they're overqualified for jobs. There's studies that go hand in hand with what I'm saying. You can fact check all of this. So the system that we're living in when it comes to jobs, when it comes to housing, when it comes to food, okay? Even when it comes to demographics, it's all racist because who rules it? Who created it? So it doesn't matter if, you know, you promote it, you're still abiding by the government. So when people sit up there and they say defund the police, it sounds really dumb to me. Number one, because who is the police is not the ones who's killing us. See, you got to think of this as a metaphor. They're being told and constructed to take out orders. That's like if I got a job, if I'm working at McDonald's, right? If my boss tells me to wash dishes, I'm gonna wash dishes. If my boss tells me to make burgers and flip burgers, I'm gonna flip burgers. So who's the boss of the police? The government. So if our government tells the police to murder black people, they're gonna murder black people. I don't get why you guys are trying to undermine and act like this system is perfect. Like, we were not even humans. And I'm not even talking about slavery. Less than 100 years ago. Even if you want to go back to the unions, when the union was only created to keep black people from getting work. So it was white only. Like, we could go back into the history. We don't have to, pull out no old almanacs and all of this. Everything, the map, anything that was created by them to keep you fooled from knowing your history and who you are, that you are God. You know what I'm saying? Even when you go back to this Jesus or this Yahweh theory, Jesus is a slave ship. There was not even no J in the English language until the 1600s. So that name did not even exist at the time of which they telling you that these people were the rulers and the healers of the earth. You were. You know what I'm saying? That comes from, Heru and Osiris. But y'all not gonna go that deep. You know what I'm saying? I go deep. Like, it's a mind game. And if you sit up here and you fall into them traps, into them realms, you're gonna get swallowed whole. I keep trying to tell y'all, fam, like, everything that we seeing in front of us is not really what we're seeing. They're illusions. When it comes down to this media, and they keep trying to promote violence, the hood is violent. No, the hood is not violent. The hood is survival. Let's get that straight. The hood is survival, my G. If you live in the hood and you see that by you having nice things or you having a sort of aura about you, to where you're always working, you're always trying to be positive, you're always trying to do something productive, individuals will envy that because they say, damn, we gotta sit in this corner, we gotta look out for police and for rivals and jack boys, while this dude can just go and live pure without sin and take care of their family. No, we're gonna take that. We gotta get him. There's always gonna be a conspiracy inside of the hood, but it's survival. So now when you see people break into your house and try to rob you and take food out of your kid's mouth and your family's mouth, the only thing you can do is destroy those individuals, because if you go to the law can end up killing you the same way they did with Breonna Taylor and so many others. The law can really sit up there and try to damage your credibility and your whole life. just because they already have a perceived connotation before they even really get to look into what's going on. So you can't depend on the law in the hood, or you looked at as you know, you looked at when you try to look for justice in the hood, dudes will label you and sit up there and say you're a snitch because you pay taxes and you're utilizing the resources that the economy has taken out of your check to support these police and this government. So now, when you seek justice, you're looked at as, you know, bad or wrong. When in all reality, all you was trying to do was get restitution or try to, you know, claim insurance, whatever the case may be. So now you're looked at as bad. Then, when you protect yourself, and you might lay down these dudes who sit up there and they try to take advantage, now you're gonna be looked at as a criminal because you hurt someone who you had no intentions of, but they broke into your space. Hey, Unique, what up, what up, what up? Thank you. So, like I'm saying, in the hood, it's not violence, it's survival. Because no matter which way you go, the law, or, you know, you create the own law and you lay it down on these dudes, or you flee, you know, fight, flight, or freeze. Yeah, I see you here. Listen, I say this. It's better late than never, and never late is better, baby. So yeah, when you sit up here and you feed into what the world has categorized and tried to manipulate and demonize as wrong, because we know a lot of people, they got these religious different type of values that they go by. And when you don't go by that, you're looked at as evil or wicked. When in all reality, all you did was use your instincts. All you did was act off of, or act out of, you know, the emotions that the Creator gave you, which violence is a hormone. You know, it's a part of human characteristics. But the media sits up here and, you know, they try to take the hood and portray the hood as violent. But when we look at the real facts of it, even in Nigeria right now, right? You got people getting murdered by police and they peaceful. Why? Because they're not abiding by what the government or society has told them is normal. Or they're trying to imitate what they see here in America with this whole Black Lives Matter, which is really, you know, LGBTQ and, you know, Antifa. So when we do the fact check on it, even in China and Japan, there's no democracy there. If you even talk bad about the government or the president, like how we do with Trump, they will jail you indefinitely, maybe for the rest of your life. Even a billionaire over there, he made a tweet on his own account and he spoke negatively about the president. And they sat up there, even if you right or you wrong, and they jailed him for life, a billionaire. This goes to show you that You cannot sit up here and believe everything that the law has put out into place is really what it is. It's an illusion. Because even when you look at Christians or Jews, right? They feel like they the chosen people. They follow Jesus and Christ. But we know the word Jesus or the name Jesus was invented in the 1600s because the letter J was not even in the English language. It wasn't in Old English, Middle English, New English. It didn't exist until the 1600s. Jesus was a slave ship. So now, even when you go into the Bible, into the biblical text, the Jews got Jesus executed and they took him to Rome. Judah, his disciple, got jealous because a woman gave Jesus, some perfume or a gift. So even when you're looking at these religions, right, you could pick them apart and see that, damn, I've been thinking this is some wonderful book. And it'll sit up there, it ordains slavery, it ordains rape of women and, chauvinism. So we know that we can't sit up here and idolize and take everything that was given to us. It doesn't matter who made it. Even if it was white, Europeanized, black, whatever. Even if you want to go into Islam, we know that humans make mistakes. And people who created these things created them along with the government of those times to make a structure for us to follow in the footsteps of. But people started to overcome and override it for the simple fact that the creator exists in everyone. So we all know right from wrong. I don't need a book to tell me right from wrong. I know it's wrong to harm individuals for many reasons. They may be sick, they may be having some spirits or some type of wicked and evil things taking a hold of them. So now when I use my energy that is pure to involve myself with evil or wickedness, I'm demoting my capabilities and I'm taking myself down a dark path. And it's like the light will always shine on those who we overlook. So in time, I learned not to feed into, how they say, believe, none of what you hear and half of what you see. I learned to really grasp that concept and apply it in everyday life. But it's like, even in the times that we live in, everything we see, you can't even believe close to half of it, because even that in itself is, a trick. When you look at women these days that are really men, but they could have got an operation, or vice versa, men that's looking like women, that's telling you and teaching you that we're going into the last days. And not for nothing, whoever wasn't riding with you before and throughout these pandemic and these curses should not be riding with you after it. This should be an awakening. And I had my Kundalini and, my experience, and it's like we all get different forms and variations for a reason. We are all created equally, but at the same time, not so necessarily for a reason. And the ancestors is always watching, the creator is always amongst us. So it's best to get connected with the earth and to raise your chakras and your vibrations, y'all. Because it's tough. It's rough, pretty much. And it's like, we gotta keep rolling. We gotta keep rolling with the punches, because the minute that we go back, you may never come out. There's trick doors, there's traps, there's agents. It's just like the Matrix, for real. Like, I'm on some Neo shit. Like, I be feeling like Morpheus. I'm just dodging all of these bullets, man, that they trying to hit me with. And it's like, damn, they really want to take my head off, B, but I appreciate, I appreciate the negativity that comes with it, because I understand that it has to be a balance. And I understand that the more things that I go through now, the trials and the tribulations, the stronger I will get, to where it will become like candy to a baby eventually, to where I'm just gonna keep rising above it, because I know the Shaitan and Yakub, they want to bury me. They want to silence me, because I'm bringing light. It's like Lucifer. Lucifer means light. If you really do the research, Lucifer, Satan is Saturn. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they want you to believe that your chakras, your conscience is evil. And it's like your ego is much necessary for survival. But you can get lost in it if your third eye is not raised to the pineal glands. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Oh, Dominique, what up? Thank you, hon. I appreciate it. So, if your chakras is not raising to your pituitary and your pineal glands, and it's down here in your back, the lower back. Yeah, that's a fact. Yo, thank you, Floricel, thank you. Nempa Petimonte, yes, thank you, y'all, thank you. So, if you're not raising those vibrations and you're not healing yourself from all of these different variables that we're gonna have to push through, then you're gonna get crushed. It's gonna be a big bang out here, man. Like, it's asteroids, all of that coming down. Like, it's all type of things in the Milky Way galaxy that's about to start revealing that we never really had no real knowledge of. Yeah, Dominique, I ain't really go that hard. I feel you though. Thank you. I appreciate the recognition. I've been playing with it, but now it's time to go hard. Now when it counts, when it's about that bag, that's really time when you got to start swinging and banging. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. The podcast, everything is about to get real, rugged. We're not taking no prisoners. So I just want everybody to be aware, and I want everybody to come together. Yes, Nifa Petimonte, yes, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Filipino family, you know what I'm saying? The Galo, yes, we did it, we hit it. And every day we working, 365 days, we working, so I think everybody and appreciate everything that y'all been, here to help me achieve, and we gotta get everybody on the same path. We gotta get to the same level. You know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody who started and been grinding with me get to surpass and overcome. Yeah, yeah. We gotta overcome these things that's amongst us right now. So I thank y'all so much. And stay tuned. I'm gonna be watching the locks out tomorrow, y'all. So stay tuned for that. Gotta watch these things out. It's been a month. Yeah, cheers, cheers, cheers. Thank you for the power, baby. But yeah, y'all have a good night. Everybody. I'm gonna be hitting up y'all channels and showing y'all love and returning. I never forget it. So stay tuned. Yeah, you gotta drink the alkaline water. Alkaline, got the minerals. Got good minerals for you. It's good for your health. Alright, y'all. Good night. Peace.